On that day, the Americans with Disabilities Act was signed into law. On that day, America became better, because we know an accessible America, the better America. Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Leader Kevin McCarthy, Chairman Pat Leahy, Senator Bob Casey, thank you all for your leadership. Steny Hoyer, I'm getting to you in a second, for being here today. Looking out, I see so many who helped make the ADA real. The activists who gave everything they had to fight. The advocates who helped to shape the bill title by title. The policymakers who worked tirelessly to pass it, including, of course, our own President, Joe Biden. House Majority Leader. Thank you. When people can ride a bus because it has a lift, when they can enter a building because it has a ramp, when they can watch a movie with closed captions, when a student with a disability goes to school instead of discrimination, gets support. That is the ADA in action. The ADA gives all Americans the opportunity to fully participate in our democracy work. In fact, earlier this month, I met with several leaders of the disability community who are fighting for voting rights. And they told me about the obstacles voters with visible and invisible disabilities face when casting a ballot. Long lines, broken elevators, tables that are either too high or too low, complications with voting assistance. The list goes on and on. One of the leaders, in fact, said to me, she said, "Vice President, equity cannot be achieved without disability being part of the equation. This is a fight." Tyree Brown is an artist who lives in Maryland, and she is focused on building a future of her own design. I am grateful to her for her extraordinary leadership and that she is here with us today. Please welcome Tyree Brown.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here.
Hello.
All right. As it was said, my name is Tyree Brown, and I'm a 26-year-old Christian artist living in Maryland with faith in Jesus Christ. I was in a car accident that rendered me quadriplegic. Art and faith has always been a prominent part of my life, but everything changed after my injury. I could no longer walk or use my dominant right hand. I was sent to a rehabilitation center, National Rehab Hospital, then to a nursing home, back to rehab, only to go back to the nursing home where I stayed another 10 months. I was away from my home for over a year. While in the nursing home, a program called Money Follows the Person intervened, which the president supports, investing more funding in. The home and community-based waiver program that helps those who choose to be home in their communities by supplying durable medical equipment, home modifications, and home health care services, a program that is made possible by the ADA. This program made it possible for my mother, Durie Cox, hi Mom, to be my full-time aide where I receive the best care full of love and grace. I want to thank President Biden, Vice President Harris, and the Biden administration for being advocates for the disability community. With American Jobs Plan, there's a $400 billion investment in caregiving economy, okay? And this will directly, positively impact my mother as she is my aide. Moving forward, my goal is to be able to access affordable, accessible housing to live in on my own more independently. I've been on the waiting list for 3 years, but I hope to move my own place soon. I am now home with my family and working as a freelance visual artist. I received my associate's degree at the Corcoran College, which is actually across the street from here. Um, I, uh, I exhibited my work at the Corcoran's next exhibition, as well as a Raw Showcase exhibition. I attend Highway Deliverance Church, where I volunteer in the reading of the Bible for my pastor, Pastor Hughes. I am also a new volunteer with the Disability Partnerships, a nonprofit organization that aims to support individuals with disabilities like myself. I'm also a newly board member of Independence Now, also a nonprofit organization. Because of the ADA, I was provided with numerous services like the Money Follows the Person program. The ADA, pushed for a more inclusive environment for wheelchair users, like making more public buildings and more public transportation wheelchair accessible. The ADA pushed for wheelchair ramps, curb cutouts, and public spaces, which made it possible for me to get around throughout my community. I was worried I would not be able to live independently and pursue my dreams of being an artist, but now there are programs that are helping me achieve my goals. It is thanks to the ADA, which paved the way for me with the full support of President Biden. Thank you, President Biden and Vice President Harris, for advocating for the disability community and celebrating the 31st anniversary of the ADA. I am honored to be here and introduce